Good morning, beautiful people. How's everyone doing? How all the blacks, white, Asian, Indians, and Mexicans? How y'all doing? And all the other races that branch off those five races. Every family in this world is going through something, whether it's small or great. No one is exempt from problems. How y'all doing? Look. I was on a gamers rant. I saw this. I was on a gamers rant this morning. I'm gonna put the link in the description box. But they talking about how PS5 will outsell the Xbox Series X. Analyst predicts. Listen. When it comes to video games, was it me that got this message? But Phil Spencer said this: sales ain't the end all be all to video games. These are the words that came out of Phil Spencer's mouth over at Microsoft. And was it me that wasn't paying attention? Was it just me? Was anybody else paying attention, or was it just me? But sales is not the end all be all to video games. Ever since the PS5, they mentioned PS5, they were trying to talk about solid state hard drive and ray tracing. But I got news for everybody. CPU power is what really pushes video games. CPU power, GPU power, and RAM. Okay. So it's not just the sales of the console. It's not just the sales of the console that pushes video games. It's the CPU power. And if you look at the Xbox spec sheets, the Xbox Series X spec sheets, you will see what I'm talking about. The Xbox Series X is more powerful than PS5. That's number one. It's pushing 12 teraflops, while the PlayStation pushing like 10 point something. The Xbox Series X is running games at 60 to 120 frames a second. Let that sink in for a minute. It's not about sales anymore, and most gamers don't care about sales. No matter how much people on the internet try to push that sales narrative, most gamers don't care about sales. They just want a powerful console with a good network, and that's it. And this is where the Xbox fans come in. They can talk sales they can talk sales all they want. But when the sun rises and sun sets, when it comes to video games, it's about CPU power, GPU power, and that RAM. Okay? Those are the three most important things on the console. The ray tracing and the solid state. That's just extra. But those are the triangle when it comes to a video game. The triangle. The CPU power, GPU power, and RAM. That's what it comes down to. So all this talk about PS5 is going to outsell Xbox, it means nothing. Because when that Xbox Series X hit the market, it's going to sell out. There are a lot of people right now. There are a lot of Xbox fans right now that's playing Xbox One. They got their money saved already. They're just waiting for the pre-order release date to go out. That's all they're waiting on. Okay, like I told you guys, as soon as E3 is over with, once those pre-orders go up, it's gone. And the Xbox user base is big. The Xbox user base is big. So you see, one thing I do love about Microsoft, they don't sit there focusing on sales all the time. They don't sit there focusing on who sell the most. They just build a powerful console, drop it on the market, and say, okay, developers, do what you do. And then then because they got other stuff to focus on, and then when problems come up, they fix it right away. There's another article on Tweaktown's website. Where Microsoft, when he talks about how Microsoft wasn't interested in buying Sega. But in that article, Microsoft said something. He said the article went to talk about how Microsoft doesn't care about hardware, but they said hardware is just an entry point to video games. And when I read that and I looked at it, I get it, but an entry point it is. But what Microsoft do, they build the console powerful enough so that takes care of 90% of the problems that they about to face. Once they build it, they said, okay, developers, they throw it at the developers. It's okay, do what y'all do. We got other things to go worry about. And if the problem comes up with the hardware, they fix it right away. They don't sit there and let it linger. They don't sit there and just let it linger, let it go on and on and on and on and on. No, they fix the problem right and keep moving. You can see with the Xbox One, they're always improving their infrastructure. They're always improving the network and the infrastructure and with updates and everything, and they keep moving. So when it comes to video games, man, it's not about sales anymore, and most gamers don't care about that anymore. They don't. They really don't. They really don't. They just want a powerful console with a network. And when that Xbox, the PlayStation 5 is going to sell. But make no mistake, that Xbox Series X, real gamers that's been playing games for years, when they read the spec sheet on that Xbox Series X, you best believe they're going to get it as soon as it hits the market. So when those pre-orders go up, they're gone. Okay, the first shipment is gone already. Light speed, warp speed, gone. Gone. Okay, don't get me wrong. Like I said, PlayStation 5 is going to sell. A lot of PlayStation fans going to buy PS5, but PS5 fans know that the Xbox Series X is more powerful than it, and that's something they got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft is so ahead of these guys too, because Microsoft made a digital edition Xbox One S. They call it the Xbox One SAD, and a lot of PlayStation fans mocked Microsoft. But who's laughing now? Now they got an all digital PS5 edition. So Microsoft is ahead of Sony right now. Okay, so they can talk sales all they want, but we all know it's hardware that runs video games, man. And this is where the Xbox Series X is gonna shine at. Anyway, nice talking to you people. This is Chris. You know it's a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. The Borg, the dark side. I'm gone. Peace.